Welcome to today's SQL session. In this video, we are going to understand the difference between delete, truncate, and drop in SQL Server with simple examples so you can see exactly how each one works. Let's start with delete. Delete is a DML command, which means it modifies data. Delete removes rows one at a time, and SQL Server logs each deleted row. This makes delete slower on large tables, but it gives you full control over which rows to remove. Let's look at a simple example. Delete from employees, where employee ID is equal to 4. Here, only the row where employee ID is 4 gets deleted. Delete also fires any delete triggers, enforces constraints, and keeps the table structure intact. Another important point: delete does not reset the identity value. For example, if the last identity value was 4. Now insert a new row. The identity value for this new row will be 5, because delete does not affect identity seeds. Delete operations can only be rolled back if they are executed inside an explicit transaction. After executing this query, the data is still present in the table, because the rollback command reverses all operations performed inside the transaction. If you don't start a transaction, a delete is permanent. Now, moving on, truncate. Truncate is a DDL command, and it behaves very differently from delete. Also requires higher permissions, such as alter on the table. Instead of removing rows one by one, SQL Server simply delocates the data pages. This makes truncate extremely fast, even on very large tables, and it uses minimal logging. Here's a simple example. Truncate table HR.employees. This instantly removes all rows from the table. Unlike delete, truncate does not fire triggers because no individual row deletions occur. And here's an important difference. Truncate resets the identity seed back to its starting value. For example, earlier, the identity value was 4. But when we run truncate, SQL Server resets the identity back to its initial seed, usually 0 or 1 depending on the table definition. SQL Server even allows you to truncate a specific partition in a partition table. Here is the query. Truncate table sales with partitions 2. This clears only partition number 2 without affecting the rest of the data. Just like delete, truncate can only be rolled back if it is executed inside an explicit transaction. If no transaction is open, truncate is permanent. Finally, moving on, drop. Drop is also a DDL command, but it's the most destructive of the three. It requires alter or control permissions on the schema. Unlike delete or truncate, drop does not remove data. It removes the entire table from the database, including data, table structure, constraints, indexes, relationships. Here's an example. Drop table employees. After running this, the table no longer exists. because drop removes the table object completely. Drop can be rolled back only if it is executed inside a transaction. But if you drop a table outside a transaction, the only way to recover it is from a backup. Here's a quick summary. Use delete when you need row-level control. Use truncate when you need fast, clean data removal and identity reset without dropping the structure. Use drop when you no longer need the table at all. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and continue your SQL learning journey with nullCreds. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.